Hi, Bill DeYoung here. It's the Catalyst Session, another fabulous Friday. I hope you're enjoying yourself and looking forward to that weekend. So unlike any other day of the week, right, in these COVID times. Yeah, anyway, hey, glad you're here because I got a couple of really great guests today. Please say hello to Ken Block and Drew Copeland from the band Sister Hazel. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's happening? It's good to see you, brother.
You're in Gainesville right now.
Yeah, man.
Were you both born in Gainesville? You're like natives?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Lotswood General.
Yeah, and I moved up here at 3 weeks old, 3.5 weeks old.
That makes you a native, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these guys, we knew each other. I lived in Gainesville for quite a few years, and I knew these guys when they were sort of starting out on this amazing road that they are still on now.
Yeah.
And we had a lot to talk about. But you said you do a tune for us to start our show off. How about that?
We'll remind people who we are. I have figured out it took a long time. Oh, and now there's a turnabout. Hey, because I'm trying. There's been time I'm so confused. My road is lead to you. Just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. If I'll always be with you, words can't say, I can't do enough to prove it's all for you. I thought I'd seen it all, 'cause it's been a long time. Oh, but then we'll trip and fall. Wondering if I'm blind, oh yeah. There's been time I'm so confused. Heavy on my road that lead to you. Just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. If I'll always be with you, words can't say I can't do enough to prove it's all for you. And the rain comes pouring down, blues falling from the sky. Words without a sound, coming from your eyes. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. If I'll always be with you, words can't say, baby, I can't do enough to prove it's all for you. Finally, I figured out what it took a long time. Oh, and now there's a turnabout. Hey, because I'm trying, yeah. There's been time I'm so confused on my road to you. Just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say I can't do enough to prove it's all for you. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. If I'll always be with you, words can't say I can't do enough to prove it's all for you. Yeah. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's all for you.
Ah, boy. That song never gets old, you guys. You know, I was humming that all day today, so that's so cool.
No, man, I'm sorry. It's earworm.
No. Well, you know what? I was sitting here thinking that I remember the two of you singing that in Napolitanos back in early '90s. I mean, that's been your song for a long time, even before it was a big hit.
It would go, if they'd see the sign, it would go, tonight, Ken and Drew
and then it would say Spag and Balls 598.
Spag and Balls.
Right.
I can't believe you didn't name the band Spag and Balls.
We thought about
We
it.
were that close.
Yeah.
You have had the same guys have been in Sister Hazel for, I think I counted 26 years. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
How do you do that? There, you know, the Rolling Stones, nobody can keep the same guys for that long. What's the secret?
Well, there's a lot of different components that go into that. You know, I think it would be wrong to give the impression that it was always smooth sailing, because there was definitely times when we would have our moments.
Yeah.
But the truth is, we kind of made it through the craziness, man, which was really 97 through 2001 was pretty much, you know, insanity. Like, we were on the road a lot during that time period, flying back and forth, coast to coast, TV shows, being on the road. There was a few years in there we were on the road for over 300 days a year, and it got tough through there. But once we got to the other side of that, we all kind of had the same vision, which was to be able to do what we love to do for a living for as long as we can. And that meant making family first, knowing how to take yourself less seriously, enjoying your role in the band, which is something that has taken that long for us all to go, hey man, this is my spot and I love it. And then we laugh a lot, man. That's something that I'll tell you this right now, I'm having been off the road since March. I miss the bus laughing. Like we laugh all the time. So yeah.
My chair is sinking on me. If you see me doing that periodically, like, what's he doing? But you guys go back even farther than that as buds.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, the old Spag and Balls days. I'm always going to say that now.
Yeah. Good.
It was Ken and Drew. Always. Ken, you had the really long hair.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Where'd that happen?
We met at a tailgating party for a Florida Tennessee football game here in Gainesville, and we both had mutual friends, but hadn't met each other. And everyone at the party was fairly socially lubricated. And Ken picked up a guitar and started playing an old Eagles song.
Yeah.
And I started singing harmonies with him, and you know, everybody was like, "Man, you guys are amazing!
You guys are the best." We were like, "Yeah, we should do this.
And so
We should do this for 30 some years now.
Yeah, it'll be this coming March will be 30 years that he and I have been singing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the sort of thing, both of you, when you hear that blend, we got to hang on to this. This is too good.
Yeah.
I'm not letting this guy out of my life.
Yeah, it was. You know, I'll tell you, the crazy thing was I don't want to speak for you, which I'm doing a lot of right now.
It's okay.
But
I'll make up for it.
we kind of always knew where each other were going to go. Like Ken can go in a vocal booth and do a take, and I can come in without having been in there, and I can almost follow him verbatim because I know where he's going to go.
Wow.
And it's something that we've had kind of from the beginning. We kind of there'll be times still on stage when we'll do something that we don't normally do, and we'll both look at each other and go,
Hey,
how did we pull that off? You know what I mean?
It's definitely a 1 + 1 = 3 thing.
Yeah.
You know, neither one of us, you know, there's a ton of great singers out there, but there's something that happens when our voices get together. I've heard people sing in perfect harmony, but it wasn't moving. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't create that thing, whatever that thing is.
It's a brotherly thing, isn't it? It's sort of Everly Brothers, the Finn brothers. What?
Our thing is like a nasally chainsaw.
You know, it's like, that's kind of, it's something special.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Yeah.
So for a while, it was the two of you. And then, I mean, I distantly remember when you would say, hey, we found this guitar player, Ryan Newell, he's unbelievable. And Jeff came along and Mark and started putting the band together. What was the goal in those days? We just want to, you know, get out of Gainesville and you never did get out of Gainesville, which is by choice, and that's
ironic,
a beautiful thing. Or was it we wanted to be rich and get girls, and what was it in the beginning? What did you want to do?
I think that
play all the hot clubs in Gainesville.
I can speak for where my head was. I was like, you know, I've been playing with Drew. I've been playing in, you know, Redline, a couple of heavier bands.
Sure,
I
yeah.
hung in, and Scorcher and some of those guys. And but I started writing songs, and I was like, man, you can't get to another level if you're just playing covers and you're just doing this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so I said, I want to see what these songs I'm writing will sound like with a band, with these harmonies I have in my head, with this groove, that slide thing. I hear it. Let's see how it can do. And
Well, you're talking about that other level, Ken, but I mean, what was that other level? I mean, knowing kind of what I know about clubs and breaking out of cities and the Heartbreakers and everything, it's like, if you do original music, that's doubly hard to make it big. Most people don't want to know. Why did it work for you guys? Because,
well, I don't know if you remember back in that time though, but there was a huge support for original music during that time. I think back to that time fondly because it didn't stay that way in Gainesville or in a lot of these
early 90s you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
All those great,
Athens, Gainesville.
Yeah.
There were certain towns that had a real Tallahassee, yeah, but that were really supportive for original music.
But to take it to the next level, as Ken was saying, that's great. In those days in Gainesville, I used to love Endolphins so much, and I listen to those tapes now, and they still move me to death. It's really weird, and it's very non-commercial, but I love it. But the whole thing is that you, more than anybody else, were able to go to that next level.
Well,
and
I think that, by the way, I still listen to that. So the Big White Undies stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Four Squirrels record, which was so tragic, but that record's amazing. Anyway, we were just going to see how far we could get things to go by controlling what we can control.
Yeah.
We did these little concentric circles from Gainesville. Let's hit Gainesville, Tampa, Orlando, and try to get 3 venues that we're getting 500 people in. And now that we're there, let's add in Tallahassee. Let's add in New Orleans. And then we'd kind of go this way and go, Charleston and Chapel Hill. And all of a sudden we had about 15 markets where we were able to play between 500 and 1,500 people.
But it also, Bill, it was, I mean, and don't tell Ken I said this, but the songs, I mean, it was the songs as well. I mean, they were, people ask all the time, aren't you tired of playing All For You? And I'm like, dude, I'm so thankful for that. I'll play it 10 times a night if people will listen to it, because that opened a lot of doors for us. So, you can't sell that part of it short. We have seen in our career, we've come across countless super talented bands, singers, all that kind of stuff. But if you don't catch lightning in a bottle, you're just going to be that band that was really good from your neighborhood. You're not going to make it. And we got lucky, man. We really did get lucky. And I think that's another reason why you asked earlier, how did you stay together? I don't think any of us look around and go, man, people owe us, because they owe us.
We always felt like we had to work.
We're always we're thankful, and we know how fortunate we are. And look, man, 27 years later, we're the band's still together, playing songs and playing out shows and selling out 2 nights at the House of Blues in Chicago. It's kind of hard to fathom. So we're just really thankful.
Well, it's also like you say, the songs are there, and you put in the work. What I remember, you guys, is that you were the first band I ever knew who said, we have a mailing list, and it's really important to us. And it just kept getting bigger. And this may even be like the internet was probably something the nerd down the street had, but nobody else, And you were really working on it.
Universal Records, we asked them, hey, we'd like $1,000 to work on this website. And they're like, websites are a fad.
Hey, Universal, whatever happened to them?
Right. They wanted it, and like, let's spend it on overnight spins in Muskegon, Michigan. Or
something. Yeah.
But no, we had one of the first street teams.
Yeah.
Fans that would help you in cities that you were coming into, and we would walk out after a show almost every time and say, we want your name and your number, and if we could sleep on your couch next time we come through. And it was real important to get those kind of relationships all over.
And you think?
Oh, there was also tape trading at that time. You remember that?
Oh, Jesus, yes.
They record shows. Well, we would come into town. We hadn't played yet, and they'd be singing "All For You" or "Happy," or something, and we'd be
Yeah.
like, "How do I know the song?" I heard that.
They knew the song. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Oh my God. I think it was maybe early internet days. I mean, I remember the first computer I ever bought in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And might have got it at Sears. I don't know. But it's pretty primitive.
Yeah.
The thing is that you've got a big core following. A lot of them have been there. I don't know if since the beginning, but it's like it's an amazing kind of group of fans. That's something you don't take for granted, am I right?
No.
We've worked at that. In 2000, we wanted to take the first group of self-proclaimed hazelnuts and do something unique that would thank them for taking us from a van and trailer to our bus to our first platinum record. And we kept looking at different things, and we do cookouts in front of shows and host these tailgate parties. But we decided to do we took half of a cruise ship, one other band, and it went so well. The next year we chartered a whole cruise ship. And now we're at year 21 of the Rock Boat, and it is a community of like-minded fans, musicians. It's like some kind of crazy camp.
Yeah.
This
awesome.
universe that you were able to develop is unique amongst bands. And how many albums do you have out now? 10, 12?
13.
I think 13 studio albums,
I think
right?
there's 13 studio albums.
Yeah.
You're right.
So much time has gone by. It's really good to see you guys. I did want to talk with you about Lyrics for Life, which I read has raised, $2.5 million for cancer charities. Can you address that? I mean, philanthropy is really important to you in giving back and all of that. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Well, all of us in the band have been impacted by cancer, and I think my story that my little brother,
Jeff, sure.
14, Jeffrey,
Yeah.
when I was 16, and he passed away at 18 when I was 20. So you can't go through 4 years of that kind of wreckage and not come through the other side unscathed. And we just decided, we have a platform where we would be able to raise some money. We've been able to raise close to $3 million now.
Yeah.
And we give we fund research, trials. We opened our own Camp Hazelnut, where we scholarship these kids and their families. Come out for the weekend out to Camp Crystal, which is where I went to camp growing up, and we do archery and we do canoeing, and we play climbing. But we have a great weekend out there with these kids and families, and they don't have to pay anything. We get it all scholarship, and anything that we can do to help them out. Gas cards to get where they need to go. We just donated down there in Tampa at the cancer center down there. We just donated $25,000 for college scholarships for those kids that were part of that, which really helped out a lot of those kids, and it was amazing. That was one of the ones that I really.
That's the Moffitt Center, I think you're talking about.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of your Zoom chats, the Heartbeat chats, where you're talking with other musicians about the sort of altruistic stuff that they do. Well, I mean, there's no question here. I'm just saying, well done. That's really cool.
Yeah, man, it was something, honestly, we were sitting around the bus and we were talking, because it seems like a lot of times when it comes to people, celebrities of different types, whether it's actors or athletes or musicians, most of the times that they make the headlines is when they screw up somehow. And we were like, man, there's so many people that are doing good things. Let's see if we can't find a format that people will want to see some of that. And I know that, from, like you said, that it's always, philanthropy has always been important to us.
Yeah.
And if somebody wanted to come along and do a story or talk about what we were doing to help draw attention to the cause, we'd be thankful for that. And everyone that we've gotten in touch with and wanted to do something like that with, they've been more than gracious. And it just gives an opportunity to say, hey, look, all these people that are given these opportunities and are so blessed in their lives, a lot of them are giving back as much as they're getting. And it's really cool to see, and it's inspirational. So we wanted to kind of, show people what that was all about.
And these that you're seeing are, I don't know how to say them. They're a distilled version.
I could tell it was edited. You cut out all
the idea of it is to go to these events, to go to these concerts,
Yeah.
Be right there. And since we're all in quarantine, we just made these little 10 or 15 minute pieces where we could get a feel for what it might be like if we would be able to come.
I was watching Edwin McCain shout at his kids in the other room. That was fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
was fun. There's a show on the, I think it's on the books on your website for the Phillips Center in Gainesville on September 11th.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Everybody has this optimistic thing, and they leave those things on the website until it's real obvious it isn't gonna happen. Is that what the situation is there now? Like,
Unfortunately, it's been that way since, it really has been that way since, actually, I'd say probably April. There were shows that we had going on. We were like, okay, we'll leave them. You never know. You never know. And everything's been changing so back and forth. It's not in my nature, but I was super optimistic about a lot of that. I was like, man, we'll be back. And now I'm like going, I hope we get to do a show sometime.
okay.
We actually are doing, Ken and I are doing, we're actually doing 4 acoustic shows.
What a segue. Hey,
What a segue.
you just threw it back in my court, because that's actually, not that it's not great to talk to you guys, because it friggin' is, but that's my tie-in. Ruth Eckerd Hall, the Lobby Cabaret series. Oh, somebody's calling me. No, that's my reminder that I don't know what the hell it is. It said Catalyst Session. Technology.
Awesome.
Ruth Eckerd Hall, September 3rd through 7th. 4 shows in the Lobby Cabaret. And these are socially distanced, masky, but I hear they're great. Greg Billings, who's a buddy of mine, did a couple of them, and you guys are doing that.
Yeah, we're
Is this
excited.
going to be the first show you played in a while, literally?
First show in 5 months.
Hey, this is the Bill, as far back as you remember, and I'm talking all the way back.
Yeah.
This is the longest that he and I have ever gone without doing a show.
Wow.
By far.
You don't play for your families and stuff at home, and
No,
are they
no.
take it outside, boys?
Right.
Yeah, I know that one.
We used to go see Greg Billings, of course, when he was with Stranger,
Yeah.
playing dubs here.
Yeah.
That guy controlled an audience like nobody.
Yeah, he's amazing, and because I didn't know him in those days, but I know him now. But when you do research and go back and look at all the old videos, the clips of the band and stuff, and he was
Never
great.
had an awkward moment, even if he was doing something that would have looked awkward, someone else doing it.
Yeah.
Like he could pull it off.
Yeah.
He can still do that. He's still a great front man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had him up.
We've actually done a
Love you, Greg, but he's old as the hills, so much.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do at this show? Do you guys have a sort of a standard set list, or it's going to be all,
The cool thing, Ken and I, the last couple of years have gotten back to getting to do a few more acoustic shows than what we had done for several years, because the band stays so busy. It's been kind of a lot of fun, but to tell you the truth, we really fly by the seat of our pants at these shows. We might have a rough list of songs that we can pull from, but he and I will tell stories, and we'll play some music, and if people request songs, we'll try to pull them off if we know them.
Free bird. Yeah.
Dad jokes.
Yeah. Well, we'll play some cover songs, and just kind of hang out, and it has been a lot of fun. Now, I don't want to oversell it, but there's a lot of laughs and hopefully some good music mixed in.
Yeah, the more we can get people to have a dialogue, like we're all hanging out,
Yeah.
the more laughs we get, the more of a hangout it is.
From what I understand, I don't know if you know George Harris, who plays guitar in Greg's band, but he's a friend of mine, and it really is. There's a palpable. He tells me there's this sense of maybe relief, just like such joy and happiness to be in a room where people are playing live music again, and to have that experience. I know you're all in different parts of the room and all of that.
He felt that at those shows.
Yeah, but it's like we're all so glad to be here together again. You guys and the audience, everybody, you know, and that's that connection that we all strive for all the time. All the time. We are out of time almost. Time for one more tune if you would grant us that.
Sure, man. Yeah.
And, you know, you have any idea what you're gonna play, or you know, whipping post? No.
How about Champagne? Champagne High?
Sure.
Are you gonna play Champagne High? Excellent.
You're halfway on. You're like in between frets.
Oh,
There we go.
I gotta tell you, Drew, I hate it when the other guy I'm playing guitar with tells me that. Mike Bower used to do that to me all the time. You gotta work through that thing, Bill.
I was looking for a lifetime with you. I never thought that would hurt just to hear. I do and I do and I do another on myself and all that I thought. To the end, you'll be the one. Just left me undone by my own hesitation and 4,000,000 hours that we were. I'll try and remember it all. And I'll turn and go. While your story's complete, mine is a long way from done. Yeah, well, I'm on a champagne high. Where will I be when I stop wondering why? Champagne high. Spring turn, yeah, turn me. Just spring every time she was best. To leave behind what I once thought was fine, so real to me. While I'm still gone on the quest for my song, I'm at your. Hear you celebration and 4,000,000 hours that we were. I'll smile and remember it all. And I'll turn and go. While the story's completed, mine is a long way from done. Yeah, well, I'm on a champagne high. Where will I be when I stop wondering why? Champagne high. And I'll toast to the future. Gotta be high on a champagne high. Wagons get hitched to a star. Baby, help me, your thing that's new. Yeah, what little I have you can borrow. I'm old, I'm old, and I'm blue. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 4,000,000 hours that we were. I'll smile and remember it all.
Drew Copeland, Ken Block. My goodness. I was just thinking, I spent some of the happiest years of my life in Gainesville. Thank you for bringing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man, that's nice to hear, Bill.
That was beautiful. We'll be looking for you guys up at Ruth Eckerd Hall, September 3rd through 7th. I think 3 of the shows are already sold out.
Yeah,
I think I read that.
Yeah,
And by the time,
Thursday night show still has some.
sorry?
The Thursday night show still has tickets.
Okay. But by the time somebody picks up the phone to call or gets on this newfangled thing called the internet, that one might be sold out too. So add another one, okay? Just
Yeah,
spend a
yeah,
weekend.
Well,
Ken and Drew, thank you so very much for joining us today.
hey, it's great to see you, Bill.
Yeah, good
Great
to see you.
you both.
All of us kind of still making a living in this crazy industry.
Who would have thought, man? You guys, you deserve all the success you have. We'll see you real soon, okay, brothers?
Thanks, buddy.
Take
Yeah.
care, boys.
Appreciate it.